You are now listening to the Real Afro Unity podcast with our hosts, Darian and Ayo, where they'll be discussing various topics that affect our African diaspora. With these conversations, they aim to hopefully bridge the gap between us African Americans with the Nigerian diaspora. They will dismantle the myths and share a new perspective. Please sit back, relax, listen, and enjoy the conversation.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Real Afro Unity podcast. This is your host, Darian, and with my day one OG, AYZ, OG Capital. How are you doing today?
Good morning. I am well.
How is the city of brothers?
It's good.
Yeah, I always enjoy it anytime I come here. It's another wonderful opportunity for us to, discuss issues surrounding African Americans, African immigrants, Black people all over the world. Try to make us, unite ourselves, be as one, and push the agenda forward. What is the agenda? How people make more money, how people understand their roots, how people unite and collaborate and, bear so many other good stuffs. So, from OG Capital, what have you been up to?
Oh, man, it's been a lot. So we finally put together a program to help individuals that are looking to go into financial services as a career.
Yeah, nice.
So we are currently heavily recruiting those that are interested in becoming advisors.
Because we've been busy. I was in Vegas. I sent you a video,
Right.
and they don't even acknowledge it.
Bro,
We talk about it after this.
because I knew I was going to see you this week,
All
so
right,
that's why I didn't want to.
All right.
But yeah, so there are a lot of programs happening right now where we're actively seeking individuals that are interested in becoming advisors, people that want to take it to the next level and really start to help close this wealth gap. As you guys all know, OG Capital is established to help individuals and families close the wealth gap. What does that mean? It means that you come to us if you don't have a financial plan. If you are an individual that's just working, you think you only have your 401k to rely on, you come to us. We'll give you a holistic view of your current income and how it's projected to be by the time you retire. If there is a gap between what you want and what's happening, then we can put together a plan for you to help you grow your wealth, preserve your wealth, and then pass it along to the next generation. And so that's why we're actively hiring advisors to help us take this to the next step.
Hey, I hear you hear it from the horse's mouth. The money man himself, AYZ of OG Capital, and hey, send us a mail, contact us at info@Real Afro Unity, and we'll get back to you. Hey, but we've been on this on a minute. We have a guest.
Yes.
Wow, we are acting as if we're just
Absolutely.
that are on this podcast today. I have with me one of the delectable, most intelligent, beautiful, what are the adjectives that I can use to, qualify?
I would say intelligent, deep,
yeah, that works. That works.
spiritual for sure.
100%.
What other word?
Hey, all the good adjectives that comes to your mind. This lady right here
Calm.
sitting down, she can be calm. She can be calm, but she's a very calm person, honestly speaking. And we've known each other now for I'll say, going to 4 years that we've been together. She's my colleague, she's my friend. We rub minds together. So on today's episode, I felt like, hey, who would be the best person to do justice to these cultural differences that we've been talking about, rather than someone that I know will not hide anything, we say that it is, and we, give us as we'll be able to enjoy it.
Yeah.
And that is why I call her Temilolu, like her mom calls her, but everybody can call her Lulu. I'm the only one that has the privilege to call her that Temilolu. No other person apart from my mom. And thank you very much, Temilolu. How are you doing today?
Good.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Welcome,
Thank
welcome to Real Afro Unity. It's a pleasure to have you here.
It's nice to be here.
I'm looking forward to this conversation because I find you to be a very interesting person.
Oh, thank you.
And hopefully we'll get to explore that today on the podcast.
Sure. So, tell us, how have you been?
Good, I guess, with work, life, and everything. It's just been a lot, but we have to survive one way or the other
I know
and make it work.
a part of this family from the inception of Real Afro Unity. I know, you're one of our subscribers.
Oh, yeah.
Part of the idea came up of that plan, and when you hear Real Afro Unity, what comes to mind?
Thank you. Glad you started.
I'll say togetherness because it's.
I told you she's deep. No, I didn't say she's deep. Come on, let's continue.
So, like I said, togetherness because I think is bridging the gap of the Black community, which is what I'm really big on because I'm big on community being together and making it work because where we are, it's always good when you have people to rub minds with and they can help along the way because you can't just believe that you can do things on your own. But when you see someone with the same mindset, with the same cultural values or slightly different, it will be easy for you to come together, try to make it work and try to discuss because it won't be nice if you have like friends and one person is making it in life or needs help but you don't have that community to run to. So that's why I said togetherness.
You just define Real Afro Unity
Exactly.
in few sentences.
Right.
And that is deep. And we appreciate it. And
Thank
that is
you.
what we are doing. We want to bridge the gap. We want to put people together. We all need help. Nobody has it all. Even the richest of the richest still goes to bank to those.
Exactly.
So even with the money, they still need help. Everybody needs help. Everybody needs someone they can talk to. Everybody needs someone that can show them and make them feel comfortable in their skin. But let's dial it back a bit. And I'm not going to be the only one asking the questions. You can be sure the ones I'm going to ask you, they will not be a get you moment. I don't trust you.
See, right? See.
I don't trust them. But hey, from me to you, I'll say let's take it back. So, and I'm just saying this. You were not born in this country, right?
No, I was not.
So where were you born?
I was born in Nigeria.
Aha.
Lagos to be precise.
You people are too proud, right? You Nigerians, you guys are proud.
I mean, I guess it's the way we were brought up, and we were brought up in a way to be proud of who you are. So if you are being brought up that way, you carry it even when you are not being cautious, because that's what they've instilled into you. So it just comes out as it is.
That's nice. So how was growing up for you? Let me know.
Growing up was good. It was good. As my mom and my sisters, I lost my dad when I was 5. So I grew up. Thank you. So I grew up with my mom, and she instilled all these values that I carry right now in me at a very young age.
Wow, thank you. Sorry about your dad.
Thank you.
I saw his picture anyway when he was a G. I'm telling you, I saw his picture. So there was a day on his status, I think posthumous birthday or remembrance or something. Then he posted a picture where our dad was carrying her as a baby or something.
Oh.
He was a G, I'm telling you. He has teeth. Even as at those days, he has teeth. So I mean, I can imagine how tough that would be for you. Not just for you, I mean, for your mom, I don't want to imagine, because that is losing your husband, having to raise 3 kids. She's a strong woman, she's a tough woman. I've met her before. She's lovely, she's I don't know, like
wise,
she's
smart.
I just love everything about her.
She's a no-nonsense person. You have to put that in somewhere.
Yeah, I mean, now, so when you guys were growing up, she was a no-nonsense person. But I feel like she's someone that has evolved in a way that she now knows that might not work for you guys now at this age. So the approach is much more smoother, even though she will still tell you what she thinks and what she wants you to do, she finds another way to do it. So, and that for me is sweet because now I know this is tough love. It's not just someone just shouting at me or just making me feel awkward. So I appreciate that. And hey, we are not here because of your mom. And I just want to I don't want it to be a question and answer situation, but I want to ask you. I want to move forward. You know, you grew up in Nigeria with a strong mom, disciplined, everything. Went to university also in Africa.
Yes, I did.
In Nigeria?
No, not in Nigeria.
Oh, all right. So what happened?
Well, I guess my sister and I wanted some sort of freedom because my mom moved to US in 2008, which was right after I finished my exams.
Yeah.
So we sort of wanted to be on our own. So we decided to study in Benin Republic.
Oh, I wanted to say no. Okay.
Oh.
So you went to the Benin Republic in the university there to study.
Yes.
How was the experience?
It was good, except for the fact that in my first year, because I had classes just Monday to Tuesday, Monday to Wednesday. So on Wednesday, I'll pick up my bag and then go back home. And then I was like, you wanted the freedom, but you can't stay. So every weekend, I was always back home in Lagos. I was always back home until I guess I got used to it and matured, and then I had friends, so it was easy for me to just.
Hey, I can imagine. So I'm like, I'm picking my bag. I'm leaving you guys. The trouble is just too much. But on Wednesdays I'll come just to experience some of these troubles. Then on Sunday I'll go back to my calmness. That's nice. So, what's your journey here?
Yeah. Let's get there.
My journey
Let's
here.
move it there. Yeah.
So 2008, you went to Benin Republic, went to university.
Oh no, I went to university in 2010.
2010. So you spent university there. Now fast forward to you coming to the States.
Before coming to the States, it was a long ride. It was a long process because I remember in 2008 when we all went to the embassy for the interview. We all appeared, we did it together as a family, we all appeared, and then they were like, oh, so we're going to give you a mom, but we're not going to give you and your sister because we feel you guys won't come back. Which was always the line. You guys won't come back. And then
who does?
So, and my eldest sister was born here. So it wasn't an issue of my elder sister was born here. So my mom left and then decided to, stay back and just try to work on her papers and all. And then it wasn't a smooth journey coming here. I remember we tried again even before that was why it took a while for my sister and I to go to uni in 2010 because we were like, oh, we'll go back to try at some point. I've been to Lagos Embassy. I can't even count how many times I even went to the embassy in Abuja. I also went to the embassy in Cotonou because they were like, oh, since you're in school, let's just try to put in your papers. Like you're in school, they'll see you're in school, you will want to come back to finish up. Like, no. And I remember this. My brother-in-law was like, why would they give them that? I know someone in the embassy. You know what? I'm going to call them. You guys go back tomorrow. Imagine going to the embassy. I don't know if it was like a Thursday, but we went back probably days apart. And then went there because it's not like embassy in Nigeria that there are like a lot of people on that same day. So they didn't have people. So it was easy to get another appointment back to back. And then when my sister and I, they could see our face, but when we got there, the guy was already talking to his colleague that this we just see these people a few days ago. And then we got there, the guy was like, no, we're still not giving you. My sister and I were like really pissed that it's not as if, okay, we're in school, like we're okay. It's not as if we're even like, oh, we want to travel to America. That wasn't in the America, please, that we'll stay in our Nigeria. So that was it. And then eventually my mom filed for us. Then it took some time again for them to like call us to give us interview dates and all. And then my older sister got a date before mine, so she did it. She went, and then when it was time for my own interview date, I presented my paper, and then it was a paper because you have to do like background check for where you've been in the past 5 years, and that was school was one of 8. So we had to go back to Benin Republic to go get like police reports. So it was in French because it's a French-speaking country. And then when I got there, presented the document, I was like, we need this translated. I was like, oh my God, like these people are after me again. Like my sister didn't have this translated. I was like, oh, so just go translate it. And then like it has to be like official. Like I just told my cousin went with me. I was like, I'll come back later. She was like, you come back later. You have to do it. You have to do it right now. You have to do it. So I went to the French. I don't know if it was an embassy or the Shah translated it, and then they stamped it. Then I submitted it back. And
I think they approved it.
Wow, so they approved it.
Then they approved it. I didn't even have to go back to the embassy to drop it. There was like a place where you do like drop outs. So I just went to drop it off, and they were like, oh, I got email copy of your.
Beautiful. Yeah. So from the time you initially started, your mom started the process to that point. How much time has passed?
So I came into this country 2019. So I would say maybe about like 5 years, because I think you have to put it in before you turn 21.
Wow. So you persistently tried, went to the embassy, did all of that for 5 years.
Oh no, not for 5 years. I mean from when she filed for us to that point.
So
but before then it was like 10 years.
So 15 years gap from
about 10 years.
About 10 years.
10 years.
Jeez. So guys, this I'm trying to. So now let me just talk for a little bit. So a lot of people think that when immigrants come into this country, they come through Mexico. When you see black immigrants, they're not coming through Mexico. It took 10 years just to get the permission to come to this country. So that takes determination, persistence, and honestly, the grace of God, because there are so many people that are trying to leave that country. And so you wonder why when they get here, they have so much ambition. That's why. Because there's some pain that's involved. So now they have to get the reward for it, for that pain. So that reward is what you interpret as arrogance, as you think you're better than us. Yeah, they are. You know why? Because they actually had to lose something to get here.
Exactly.
You've been born here, and you're still complaining that they're not doing this, they're not doing that, they're not doing this. That's it. Sorry, because people, it really pisses me off.
Yeah.
So I think one of the things is, and you just nailed it. If I'm losing something to come here, then there are no excuses here when I get here at the end of the day, because I have to make it work. Because there's nothing I'm going to go back to again anyway, because I left it behind. Right. I left everything, my family, my friends, my farm, my whatever I might have, my cars, my houses. I left it and said, okay, I want in pursuit of greater happiness. Now when I'm here, I don't see the obstacles. I don't see it. Even if they're existing, I'm not interested. Forward, ahead. Just keep moving. Keep moving. I'm not interested. You know,
In
like
any of the noise.
I'm not interested. I just want to get to that place whereby I can say, okay, yes, it was worth it for me.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Because for her, you can imagine for her losing her dad at that young age, now the mom she knows is away somewhere else. So she had to be on her own. Now, an opportunity has come for her to reunite with her mom once again. Nothing is going to stop her because she's going to do everything she can to just make that family come together once more. You know?
Exactly.
And what happens after that? Now you leave everything you've known all your life. You come into this country, no credit score. No buy now, pay 5 times later. You don't have anything. Nothing.
Wait, hold on. You said buy now, pay 5 times later.
Yeah, you don't have all those. It doesn't exist in Africa anyway. Maybe now they're starting to do something like that.
Yeah.
But back then there was nothing like that. If you don't have your cash, you don't have your cash, you die there. There's no hope for you. So now I'm here. Do you know the first credit card I got in this country was $500?
Mine was 800. I did Discover, so it was 800.
Shout out to Discover for adding $300.
Maybe we ask your kids sponsor our channel.
For $500.
Wow.
I was that untrustworthy.
Wow.
They could only, and I had a job, right? I had everything. I was making good money.
Wow.
But they were like,
You don't have any history.
Then I called, I'm like, hey, why? Like, oh, we don't have anything. I can see your social security is so date, so you don't have any history with us. I'm like, okay. And for a long time, even before I got the credit card, I didn't know the system, so I was only paying for everything I wanted myself. So I didn't know you had to like go get a card and manage it in this way, then you build more. No, I didn't know. So anything I wanted to do, I just buy it.
The same way you would
even though in France, we didn't have this buy one pay. It's just something that's also just creeping to different society. And there's nothing like credit card in France anyway. I don't know, maybe they have it when I left, when I was there was nothing like credit card. The only thing is that the shops, some of the big ones, let you finance it.
Okay.
So you don't have any credit card, but they can say, okay, you can pick up this TV and pay.
and make payments to
And
us.
that's just started even before I left.
Wow.
Something that was widespread.
Like, as it is here in the
No,
States.
it's not. Those shops just started like, okay, maybe we can help people. For you to be able to do that, you have to go with your passport, with your salary,
Your pay stub.
your pay stub, 3 months,
Wow.
and do all those stuff. At every point that you're going to do, you have to go with those documents, your card, your pay stub, your employment letter, and everything. Then the shop allows you to do whatever you want. Hey, now you're here. Welcome.
Yeah, so what was your first impression of the United States when you came?
Is this it?
Is this it?
Is this it?
Wow. Is this it? Can
Yeah.
you expound on that, please?
Because I'm just like, okay, like it took years to get here, and I'm just like,
Is this
okay,
it?
money is not growing on a tree. It's not as if things are handed to you. So why? Because I just think my sister was born here. My mom is here. Like it would just make logic sense for you to just be like, okay, let these people just go. But then coming here, I'm just like, okay. And then I remember I landed in New York, and then there was traffic for 12 hours.
Oh, wow.
Then you're like, this is Lagos 2.0.
So I'm like, okay,
Oh, wow.
okay. I mean, don't get me wrong, it is better. But then again, Lagos is not a poor man's country.
Lagos
Like
is
you are
big.
not coming like you are coming from some poor country or out in the forest or something. No. So there's 24
Shout out to
hours.
Lagos, by the way.
There's 24 hours light here, right? Most times. But then in Lagos, where I lived, when they declined to turn on the generator. So it's not as if we lacked in that. So that's why I'm like, oh, is this it? And then I lived, when my mom left the country, I lived with my aunties in Kedron, and they took us like they are our own kids. Like,
Wow, you lived in Ikeja?
yes, I did.
Oh, I mean, no wonder our sister is married to someone that also lived in Ikeja. Maybe they met.
It was actually the same church where we started. Yeah.
I can see the connection now. Now you give me the extra. All right. Hey, now you're here. Welcome. America is a land of opportunity. The idea of what is being sold outside of the US is different from what is actually happening in the country.
Yeah.
The idea of what is being
sold outside.
The perception of
yes, what the way the media portrays US outside of US is quite different from what is happening in the country.
Wow.
Yeah, it's really, really different. And that is what we have been telling people at the same time. That the Africa you see on TV, where flies are just flying in everybody's mind and saying, help 50 children in that is not I'm not saying there are not people going through that in Africa, but that is not Africa. That is just like so if you go to California, you come back, you run back home because it's crazy.
Come out of the house.
So the best way to look at it is that there's the good, there's the bad.
Yeah.
And just don't portray one to be very bad when you also have some bad in you, you know. Portray everybody equally, that way people can make informed decisions on how they want to see the country, you know. But hey.
Well, can I ask you a question? What's the most surprising thing you discovered when you came?
The most surprising thing, I don't understand, like in what?
What shocked?
So you landed in JFK Airport, right?
Yeah.
So you're stuck in traffic for 2 hours, right? Now you get to see the United States. First, it was through the lens of TV screens, the internet, and stuff like that. But now you're actually here, and you've been here for 6 years now?
Almost 5 years.
Okay, almost 5 years. So in the 5 year span that you've been here, what have you been most surprised about? That it's like outside of the US, it was portrayed one way, but you being here, it's actually portrayed different.
I don't know if this answers your question, but I don't know, maybe thinking that every white person was racist.
Wow.
Maybe thinking that, because there you see on TV, you're watching a movie, you're seeing someone bullying the other, you're seeing all this. But I'll say since my 5 years, I've only experienced it a few amount of time, and it's not like that deep that I'm like, oh, this person just hates like me being black. Not just that, it's just lack of knowledge. That's what I'm going to say.
Wow.
So I don't know, maybe I was thinking when I came into this country, funny story, I walked in, once they stamp your passports for anybody that came into this country through this thing, I just walked in. And then we're waiting. Oh, your social security is not here. What's going on? Well, apparently it was because I just walked in. Like, they just saw me stamp my passport and bye-bye, go and get your bag. But apparently I was supposed to get some paper that will acknowledge I'm in this country. I just walked in. So maybe, okay, like, truly, they really feel I belong here. So it wasn't like anything. But when I went back to Nigeria and came in through Detroit airport, that was when I just like, okay, yes, these people, it's not the same experience that I had in New York, because there was, coming from Nigeria, go to, what's that part whereby they go through your luggage and then customs and do all that. So that was like, it was like different experience. But since there wasn't like anything that I'm just like, oh wow, since I'm in US, it's like, trust me, life is not easy anyhow. Like, things are not just added to you. You don't just come because you're coming in with a green card and hey, there's a job waiting for you. You have to work for it. So it's wherever you are, like, you still have to
Grind.
to get what you want. It's not like money is growing on the trees that a lot of people, again, lack of knowledge in Nigeria would think, oh, because she's there now, it's easy for her to. I'm like, when I get paid, I don't spend my money in naira. I spend it in dollars. So you're looking at exchange rate. I'm not paying with exchange rate. So you should not expect me to work how many hours, and because you tell me your rent is due, I'll just add it over to you. Things like that. Like you have to work for everything. Yeah. And then again, because of our culture and the way most of us are brought up, we work for it. We are not waiting for